You are very welcome back to what me and Paddy have decided we're going to call Luis Diaz Day. All right, Paddy. Happy Luis Diaz Day to you, my friend.
And happy Luis Diaz Day to you, Craig. What a beautiful day. Absolutely delighted.
Can we just take a moment, Paddy, just to savor, to get the flavour of the fume coming out of Spurs right now?
The Spurs tears it's just immense. If there's anyone I like hearing crying, it's Spurs, and we've made them cry a lot. So fucking, it's beautiful. Drink every last one of them in.
You know what gets me though? The way some of them are going on. You'd swear that we hadn't been scouting Diaz for a while, like that they discovered him, that it's all Spurs.
I know, but I don't know what they think. There's levels to this game. There's Tottenham and then there's Liverpool. Diaz wasn't one bit moved by Spurs, but it's great that they made a move for him because it seems to have forced our hand into a thing we wanted to get done in the summer, but now we have him from January. So let's not take the piss. Like, this could be one of the biggest seasons we've ever had. Like, we're still on for the quad. Why not?
Yeah, what a difference a day can make, Paddy. What a difference a day can make to the El Mood, because I have to, I won't give a lot of credit to FSG and a lot of things, but in this particular circumstance, it seems like this was who Klopp and the scouts wanted. They seen that Spurs were potentially going to hijack the deal, and they pushed it forward, and that deserves credit.
Yeah, so I mean, it's a promising thing because obviously we were always worried about what's going on in summer. So it's obvious now that there is a plan for summer, and this is just a piece of the puzzle that's been moved forward, which is great. It makes you wonder why you just wouldn't do it in January anyway for the sake of it. But yeah, thank you to Tottenham Hotspur for their efforts in prompting FSG to get the money out, and Luis Diaz, the Colombian. Am I right in saying he's probably going to be he's the first ever Colombian to play for Liverpool?
I'm trying to figure that out before I came on myself. I shouted across to the missus earlier on like she was going to give me an answer to this one. Yes, Craig, he is the first Colombian.
I think so. I think he is the first Colombian to play. And Abel Xavier, he wasn't a Colombian. Why do I get Colombian vibe off him? No,
Portuguese, wasn't he?
Portuguese, right? Yeah, I think he's the first Colombian ever to play for Liverpool. I was thinking, yeah. Vamos Colombia. Viva Colombia.
We love a bit of Colombian, Paddy. We love a bit of Colombian.
Oh, yes.
There's loads of stuff actually that we've managed to gather up in the meantime, and I've also, of course, done what every self-respecting football fan does in these situations, Paddy. Get your ass onto YouTube and start watching clips.
Oh yeah, no, I've been on Diaz YouTube clip chain for a while, but no, I'm welcome aboard, Craig. It's great. I love doing that and acting like you know everything about them. It's great. But no, I'm just actually buzzing.
The acting will get even worse later on when I start dropping facts, but I will credit the person who actually. It was a lovely thread on Twitter that I'll get to in a while, actually. He loves a banger from outside the box, Paddy, doesn't he?
Oh, he's a baller. That guy, yeah, for sure. He's just we as we say, Liverpool don't buy world class. We buy borderline world class, and Klopp makes them world class. Oh, Anderson Arroyo is Colombian and on Liverpool's books, but never played yet. He said to you, okay, so yeah, we'll take it. But yeah, no, I love him. I love him. I love them. I love the idea of him. And now that we have him, I'm so excited. And Sadio Mane now finally has an actual challenger, which means he will be performing on a mad level, and it's just so good for the team and so good for the club, and I'm buzzing.
Yeah, again, really quickly, I'm going backwards and forth. Yesterday, I was thinking Mane was most likely going to move on, but me being the fickle football fan that I am, Paddy, I was saying this to you off air. Somebody said earlier on in the chat, well, let me run this up the flagpole, Craig. Mane, Firmino, Salah, Jota, and Luis Diaz. Get rid of Minamino potentially, and Origi looks like he's leaving. I mean, that is 5 attackers, Paddy, that we can stand over and go, there's very little drop off.
We're talking upgrades upon upgrades there. That's what we've always been crying out for. That's what a club like us need to have to be able to compete at the highest level. And going forward, Mane is still going to be this. Diaz isn't just going to come in and magically start. I can't imagine. But Sadio Mane now, and whoever plays, we have such a wonderful bench options now. And this game, oh God, I'm going to the Leicester game, so I really hope he's going to be better in by then. What? I know. Listen, I still love I've always loved Sadio, yeah, and I still agree with what I've said up to this day, but I just have really high hopes for him up in his game now, and see what happens.
Me being the cynical old man that I am, Paddy, I look at the situation with Firmino and Mane, and I think, right, what I would do, but I'm more of a shithouse perhaps. What I would do is I'm definitely signing them onto new deals now. And then in a year's time, perhaps, if Klopp sees that there is a decline in one of them, maybe then look to move them on, having protected their value somewhat. Yes, they'll be a year older, but better position than we are with now contractually with both.
Yeah, well, I mean, I wouldn't be against that either, as long as we had assurances that it wouldn't take away from possible incomings in the summer. That's the key. Listen, we all like. We always talk about how I don't like the sentimentality, but I love Sadio Mane, I love Roberto Firmino. Like they gave us so many beautiful nights, and yeah, I'd love to keep them on. They still can offer a lot. I don't think Firmino is going to be starting at all, and I think Mane eventually will be replaced by Diaz. This is what we're looking at. So yeah, give them new deals. We need players of that quality in our squad. Imagine having a Manning on the bench ready to impact the game. That's a frightening thought. To be able to, if you can bench a player of Mane's quality, then you're talking serious levels of upgrades.
So in my head, really quickly, I'm thinking we've got Diaz and Mane left side, Firmino and Jota technically through the centre, and Salah with maybe Harvey Elliott, maybe Cade Gordon. I mean, the more I think about this, Paddy, I'm almost standing to attention. I'm so happy.
Yeah, no, yeah, absolutely. No, I'm liking Cade Gordon as the understudy. I think we've probably seen Harvey Elliott's future probably lies in midfield, and I'm not against it. But again, he can do a job at right wing. So we have a lot of good youngsters coming through. And the difference with Mane and Salah is Salah's performing at his peak level right now. So he's shown he doesn't need a push. So having a good youngster like backup like Cade is good. But on the Mane front, he's been faltering a little bit. So now we have signed someone to really push him. And that's what all top teams need. They need that level of competition in each position to create that sort of, the drive for the main player to go on and push ahead, like what Robertson's done with Costas.
There's I said there was a beautiful Twitter thread that I wanted to read through. So let me just grab this information up and start out. So firstly, I want to credit the person who put the thread up, Simon Edwards. If you want to give him a follow on Twitter, it's at Simon Edwards SAF. So a little bit of background on Luis Diaz, because Paddy, what we know about Jurgen Klopp is not only does he like talented footballers, but he likes people who are grounded, who are good human beings, and can set an example. I think when we get through this thread, people will understand exactly why he will be a Klopp player. So Luis Diaz is a remarkable player who will do great things at Liverpool. His story is also incredible, and despite all of his talent, it's a miracle he was able to have a professional career. At 17, he was severely underweight, unknown, and playing in a dusty pitch in a remote village. One sec, go on to the next image. Then it goes on to say he grew up. Craig, stop making this wobble. Sorry, Paddy. He grew up close to a mining settlement. He ate goat for almost every meal. He didn't have a television, and in the evenings he'd listen to his grandma telling stories. He's from an indigenous Wayu family, and football in his village team was run by his family. Colombia were looking to put together a team for the Copa America of indigenous people in Chile. Luis Diaz's family was invited to send some players from the club to Bogota for a trial. He went, but he was initially written off as too skinny, but he impressed in training and was picked. Right, one sec. Next image. Colombia was looking to put... I've done that one. Next one, Craig. Next one. Sorry, folks. This one. He impressed when he went on trial, was sent across to Junior 2017. By 2019, he was off to Europe with Porto, where he scored some spectacular goals. In 2021, he finished joint top scorer at the Copa America alongside Leo Messi. And how did he celebrate when he did this? He went back to his village in Guajaria, I think it is, to have a kickabout with his mates. I mean, it just seems like one of these rags to riches stories, mate, that you can only just sit back and say, wow, what determination.
Yeah, no, absolutely. La Guajira, I believe. But no, listen, just everything about him is making me excited. It's don't get me wrong, looking at his stats and goals scored and stuff for Porto, it's not like Mohamed Salah levels or anything like that, but that's in a a decent Porto side that we've dismantled. So when you install him into an already world-class team, that's when he's going to multiply his goals and assists, a bit like Jota. And the front three of Diaz, Jota, and Salah is making me very happy. Very happy. But no, he seems like he seems like a guy who's going to run into the ground for it. He works hard. He's very powerful. He's direct. He's a good finisher. He's good. He's very skillful. just a full package in my eyes. He's ready to go, and now with under the tutelage of Klopp and Pep Linders and Peter Kravitz and everyone at the club, and is it Vitor, the other guy in the background? He came from Porto. Vitor, is it Mata? Not Mata. No, the Portuguese dude that's in the backroom staff as well.
I can't remember his surname off the top of my head now.
He's a key player anyway. I forget his name, but he came from Porto, I believe. So, and not to mention that, he speaks Spanish. Thiago is there, Andrew. Then he also speaks Portuguese. Bobby, Fabinho, Alisson. Do you know what I mean? So it's just Vitor Moses. There we go. No, I'm really excited. I think he's going to be. I just think he's going to be phenomenal, and oh God, I can't wait to see him play and put on that shirt. Oh God.
I know. I'm just reading through some of the comments. Super chat here. Let me pull this one up. Thank you, mate. Said salty United tears incoming, calling him a flop. That's part of the fun of all of this, though, Paddy, isn't it? That one, Spurs fans will pull the L. Do you want them anyway? Malarkey, some of them. And secondly, United will say he's a B-Tech, Jadon Sancho, or something along those lines. To which my reply is, don't give a fuck, mate. He's a Liverpool player. We're getting behind him.
Yeah, to be fair though, as much as I like the banter United, I made a TikTok about this earlier, and a lot of the comments were from like United fans and Royal fans saying, "Wow, good signing, great signing." And I was like, "Yeah." And apparently United were in from at a stage as well, so we've got a real good player, and the price that's being touted is significantly less than the earlier reported fee. And apparently, I've seen rumors of 56,000 a week. Although I do believe that in Porto, something to do with the tax in Portugal, it makes the wages seem extremely low. So I feel like whatever, but. We've been so starved of signings, and then we go and sign a baller like this that I've been craving, and I'm so happy. I was sitting there in my kitchen downstairs, just going, "Holy shit, we signed a player!" I looked at the back, I was like, "Wow, this feels great."
I know we were just joking as well, saying trust Chris to have booked a night out with his mates tonight. The one day a transfer actually happens.
It's just the most typical thing ever. But listen, I hope Chris is a good night out, and but yeah, typical. At least LFC transfer him now actually have a transfer to talk about. They must be feasting over there.
Delighted for all Liverpool fans everywhere, in all honesty. So what we know, Paddy, is it's looking like a package combined that could rise to 50 million quid, 37.5 million guarantee, 12.5 million in add-ons. 7.5 million of those are quite achievable. The last 5 million, I think, involves us winning some silverware.
Well, that should be significantly boosting his fee then, because we are going to win some. And I know, listen, he's no divine right to play in the Carabao Cup final, but he could be there. He will be there for it now, please God, and he could be amongst it and get his first trophy within a month of joining the club. So it's amazing. I just thought, oh God, I can't wait. This season has so much potential. We are in all 4 competitions at this time in the season for the first time ever under Klopp. Let that sink in.
John, are you watching all this now, John? See what a little bit of transfer can do for the feeling, for the buzz, for the fans, for the morale, John. I like to think that he looked at my rant yesterday, and obviously he didn't, and said, "Julian, just get this done. I'm sick of listening to this fat gobshite in Ireland. Just get it done and get this sorted."
And I seen a comment there. Apparently, Porto still owes 10 million for the Grujic deal, so that could be maybe just they took 10 million off him because of that. But it's just. This season really can be something special. We could, in a month's time, less than a month's time, have our first trophy of the season. And there's something in me, the energy I feel like we're gonna win one of the big ones, if not 2 of them.
Got that big dick energy.
Big fucking raging dick energy right now.
I mean, I honestly have been dancing around my kitchen. I've been out there, putting the dad shuffle and all in the kitchen, just delighted. Even though I'll be the first one to admit, I'm playing catch up on Diaz. So you've been along this hype train further than me. And I just watched that 9-minute video that one of the lads, Ray Viacano, in our Discord group, Ray Viacano Ireland, sent me. And 9 minutes, and I'm like, that's it. He's already messy in my head now. That's done.
No, that's the thing. Like as good as he looks, and that just shows you, as good as he looks in the Premier Division in Portugal for Porto. Again, it's going to be like a Jota thing. You install him into an already world class team, and his levels are going to go up there. He's going to. I'm so excited. I actually can't wait, and I feel bad, like because I've been calling for Mane to be sold, or to be not sold, but to be benched, and we never had out anyone to go ahead of him. But now, if Mane has a stinker, Luis Diaz comes in, and if Luis Diaz wants to relish that and take that opportunity, he will. Then you're gonna have 2 fantastic wingers vying for that position, and it's just going to be great for the team and everything. And not to mention, he's coming in right in time for the final and the big ties against Inter Milan, which he's eligible for. So it's just
Shame we missed that 5-0 win at Old Trafford, though, Paddy, isn't it? We can't let them forget about that 5-0.
No, he'll be there for the 6-0 though in the reverse fixture, and he's going to score a hat trick.
Fair, 11-0 on aggregate sounds about right. I don't want to stereotype all South Americans with the same brush, but looking at this lad, and it's a positive stereotype I'm going to put out there. He looks hungry. He looks like he's a fighter. And I love Luis Suarez for that reason. I love that he didn't care if he was 10-0 up or 10-0 down. He was still going to break your ankles. He was still going to be biting at your feet. And Diaz seems like he has that streak in him. And I think we need that in players.
Absolutely, and you giving us that story about his upbringing and stuff like that. It just shows you the hardship he's come from, as cliche as it may sound. But it's not a cliche; it's a fact what he's come from, and he's gonna relish this opportunity. He's not been pampered, he's not been spoiled, he's not been given 250 grand at the age of 19 like some other spoiled brats in the league. He's earned his trajectory here, and now he's got his big move. And it's just. No, yeah, and not to mention, can you remember the last time we signed the Lewis in January?
Wasn't too shabby, was it? Didn't work out too badly.
He wasn't too bad. So if Luis Diaz can go on and be half as good as that, we're laughing. But I keep saying it. I know I'm repeating myself, but it just seems like a no-brainer. It really just seems like it's going to be a seamless transition into the team. He just has it. He has that something about him, that Klopp-esque kind of aggression. He'll run his arse off. He won't stop. And yeah, it's just something really. It's just a beautiful summer's day.
To use a Brendan Rodgers phrase, he seems like a beautiful human being.
It was a great character, tremendous character. He's a beautiful human being.
I was only speaking to Colo. What does he say, Colo, by the way, when he's talking about Colo Touré? He always talks Colo.
I try to every time I try and do Brendan, I end up sounding Scottish, so I can never get him. But he's a terrific character. Here's
one, right? So glad we signed Diaz. Thank you, Christian. But want the Salah extension more. So I've looked at this, Paddy, a couple of ways. One way, I think I can understand why people are a bit nervous, saying this better not be a replacement, or this better not be the sign to lead Mo off. But I'm going to go positive for once here, mate. I'm going to say that this will, if anything, convince Mohamed Salah that the club are ambitious, that the club have listened to what he would have said, and that the club are looking to bolster the attack and give us the tools to move forward and win some more trophies.
Yeah, I don't understand this viewpoint that people have been worried about Salah. He's not coming. He doesn't play in Salah's position. He's going to be playing on the left. And if anything, this is going to probably one of the things Salah wanted in his contract arguments and disputes. He wants to see the ambition. He wants to see the future. And we've just signed a 24-year-old, not world class yet, but like world class talent, if you know what I mean.
25,
and actually. That's only which
I think he's 25.
25, sorry. But this is only going to help Salah. This is only going to convince Salah even more. Because we've seen we're building for the future. The Klopp's second string team, if you want, second team. Now Salah has proved he's that good. He's going to be in that one as well. But some players have waned, and Jota's been, or Bobby's going to be replaced by Jota, or has been, and then Mane, who's slowly declining, is now this is his eventual replacement. So I think it's only going to be a good thing for the Salah contract negotiations.
So here's where we are, folks, with regards to the deal. So we know the fee has been agreed. We know the medical is due to take place at some point this weekend in Argentina, but there's a little bit of a twist to this one. So I'm on watch-along of Porto, do you hear me? Of Colombia against Peru tonight, 8:45 on Twitch. I'll be finishing here with Paddy, going straight over there to have a look at Luis Diaz, come across and join me. But there's a caveat and a twist to this, Paddy. If he picks up a yellow tonight, he's suspended and he's ruled out of their next game. So I know it's a shitty thing to do, but I'm already going, yellow? Mm-hmm.
Let's just say I hope he scores a goal and celebrates by taking the shirt off. Because he's going to be very excited.
Fuck you, Daniel Levy, underneath.
No, it's like, up the fucking Reds. The Reds have gotten the money, but we'll still win the league. No, I feel like he's going to have a great game as well, because, he's just, he knows he's signing for one of the biggest clubs in the world. He's probably giddy and buzzing. And I want him to do well for Colombia, because Colombia need him. He's one of Colombia's best players, but I wouldn't say no to a cheeky yellow for him.
I'm already wanting to stick 100 quid in him to score tonight, because I feel like he's going to be extra incentivized to show what he knows. Me and you are going to be watching, Paddy. I've heard the rumors that he's a bit nervous, but don't be Lewis. We're grand. We've got your back.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, no, I agree. He's going to be in the form of his life tonight. And yeah, just it'd be such a shame if he picked up a yellow.
It would be a crying shame, Paddy. Victor, thank you for the super chat, my friend. Said, hi, Craig. Happy for you guys getting Diaz. Underrated 24-year-old. I think he's 25. But either way, watched him against Atletico. Was really good against Juve in the Champions League. Yeah, I'm playing catch-up. I won't lie. Paddy certainly watched him more than me. I'm playing catch-up. But again, it's not a really good sign. But the 9 minutes I watched the highlight reel had everything. Had hunger, desire, quality, worldies, a couple of scissors kicks in there as well, Paddy, which always get the heart racing.
Oh, he's just quality. Yeah, he can do it all. Wouldn't mind a bicycle kick on his debut. That'd be fantastic. Yeah, I'm going to be watching all of his clips tonight, over and over and over again. And I was thinking of a chant already, but I feel like just for the time, well, when he deserves a chant, but the Luis Suarez song with Diaz instead of Suarez could be a good one for now.
Just a bit of a warning, by the way, to Luis Diaz. These bicycle kicks are great, mate, but don't try and show people your socks on the stream when you get a bit older. You might do your hamstrings. Just, we don't want you getting injured. I'm never going to forget that, mate. That is the low point, I think, of my time on here. I'm getting old, Paddy. I'm getting old, mate.
To be fair, though, it's a tight setup. Most people would do that, to be fair. So, no, just you'll be grand. You're fit as a fiddle.
Said nobody ever. Jesus Christ.
Slightly older fiddle, but
Right. Any questions, any comments, whack them into the chat. Myself and Paddy will try and get to them. And by the way, I loved your TikTok the other day about the Ronaldo Messi thing. I mean, I agree with you 100%, by the way. I've never understood how they're both put up on this level platform. Not for me. I'm with you, Messi all the way.
Oh, yeah, for sure. A lot of people weren't happy with that. If anyone doesn't know, I said that in terms of the GOAT debate, Luis Suarez is closer to Ronaldo than Ronaldo is to Messi. And everyone keeps misconstruing that for saying Suarez is better than Ronaldo, but it's more the gap between Messi and Ronaldo is that much bigger, in my opinion. But again, I love annoying United fans, so.
It's not just the United fans to me, it's just the fanboys of Ronaldo in general, because what I've always said about Ronaldo, Paddy, is that I don't know many footballers who will have honed their craft and worked that hard. Because, I'll always give him that one. The man is fit as a fiddle. He's always in good nick. But I've never been able to take to him because I think he's entirely false, if I'm being honest with you. I think and Messi, I'm sure, is a diva as well. But did you hear that Ronaldo apparently blocked Transfermarkt on Twitter because
really
of the valuation that they gave of his value? They thought that he thought he was worth more than they valued him at. I read this article on this the other day, and I just
doesn't surprise me.
That's petty.
He's a bit, yeah. Listen, I obviously a lot of respect for Ronaldo on the field and stuff and what he's achieved. Obviously, the understatement of the year, but yeah, he can be a bit of a petulant child at times. But maybe that's what makes him so good. He still has such a good hunger and passion at his age. And thank you, Hannah. I'm glad you agree. Not a lot of people did on Twitter about the Mane stuff, but again, we all have opinions for a reason.
So again, just run me back over the Mane opinion on Twitter again, so I can chirp in what my.
So I just said he didn't deserve a new contract. Simple as that. And I had people saying that's disgraceful. How could you say that? And I was like, if you're talking about based on his legacy at Liverpool, yeah, of course, give him a new contract. But again, if that was the case, Steven Gerrard would still be on the books. You know what I mean? You have, when someone's not good enough anymore, you got to move on.
Yeah, I get both sides of this conversation, to be fair. And I do think ultimately he has max 18 months left at the club, even if he signs a new deal. But I also agree that he deserves respect and he gets it from us. And I know you certainly respect him from our conversations, mate, as well. But it's a ruthless business. It is. Boxing fans, by the way, a little bit of a heads up there. It's easy. I'm looking at you with this one, as I'm sure you know. So Tyson Fury, Dillian White will be taking place. Frank Warren won the purse bids with a bid of $41.2 million US, I believe, which is a world record for a purse bid in boxing, meaning that Dillian White should bank about $8.4 million for his share of it, which that'll take place most likely in Cardiff, April time, with AJ Usyk looking like it's going to be May time. So that's the heads up on the boxing world for those that wanted that one. Hydrate, Paddy, said Liz. Oh, Liz is like the mammy, isn't she?
I know Liz is always. Yeah, she's always on hydrate. I was like, what makes you think? Like, I must look fucking in bits, but she's probably not wrong. I don't drink enough water, but necesita más agua. Viva Colombia, viva Luis Diaz y me gusta Luis Diaz.
No step aside money, Darren. No, it's done and dusted. White's going to fight Fury, and AJ's going to fight Usyk, and then we go from there and see what happens. Right, look, Paddy, looking at the bigger picture now for transfers with Liverpool, we have about 20 minutes left before I've got to jump over to Twitch. So look, attacking side boxed off, it seems now. It does seem like Porto are interested in Fabio Carvalho, interestingly enough. I don't know if maybe they've said to Liverpool, look, you let this kid come to us, and but I like to think that we still want him as well. But midfield, I think that's now where we need to switch our attentions up to in the summertime.
Yeah, for sure. But on the Carvalho, I think it makes sense to sign him anyway and just loan him to Porto as a goodwill gesture for loan him to Porto for free or something. There you go. Thanks for letting him have Diaz. And also, apparently, Sergio Conceição, the Porto manager, is fuming with this. By the way, he's raging with the Porto owners for letting him leave. But again, cry about it, mate. But yeah, no, I don't think we'll do anything more in January. But there's still a lot of work to be done in the summer. I believe a certain man by the name of Jude Bellingham should be coming in the summer. That would be a dream. And then, if you bring him in, I'm happy enough, to be honest, as well.
Yeah, I mean, a little bit of Jude Bellingham wouldn't go astray, Paddy. I wonder what this means, though, for some of our other players, like Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain as an example. I mean, Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain, it looks like Minamino and Origi's long-term futures are Origi more so because of his contract situation. Looks like they could be done. I think we've turned down a couple of bids for Kimi Minamino. And I think somebody said there was a bid came in for Origi that we've turned down as well. But midfield-wise, Milner probably move on end of the season. Morton will step into the first team squad a little bit more. Curtis Jones is there. You're starting to wonder who moves on then. Like Keita, Thiago, Oxlade-Chamberlain. I would imagine that they are the three candidates, less so Thiago.
I know. I think Ox is sure to be sold in the summer. I feel like Morton will be promoted. I would love, I think Jude. I think the rumors are Jude should be coming. Don't know if it's going to be this summer exactly, but yeah, I think Ox goes. Obviously, Milner's going to be going. So you promote Morton for Milner, then you knock Henderson down to the to Milner role as we discussed, and then we have a midfield three of Fabinho, Bellingham, and Thiago when fit. And then I think I still want to keep Keita. As you said, we can only afford a certain luxury player, but I think we keep Thiago no matter what, obviously. I want to keep Keita as well because there's still a world-class footballer in there when he's fit. And I'm just hoping he can have a Joel Matip-like resurgence and stay fit for a long period of time.
Again, I suppose my response to the Keita thing is I agree with you in regards to the quality of the man. Football ability is not in doubt. But I don't know how comfortable I would be if I was in FSG's position or Jurgen Klopp's position about dishing out a new contract to Naby Keita for 4 or 5 years. He's 17 months left on his deal now. It's a tough situation, this.
Yeah, no, that's the thing. Again, he doesn't deserve a new contract, new terms, or nothing like that. However, if I wouldn't mind an extension on the current deal, maybe. It depends what Naby himself wants. He may feel like he wants to stay and prove himself, so therefore will be willing to take an extension on current terms, or bring him down a few K. But I still want to keep him for sure. He has a lot to offer still, but there's definitely no room for an extension at all unless he just has a barnstorm at the end of the season / next season. Because he was a joy to watch when this season when he was on form, and just that he was good all season before his injury, like especially at Old Trafford, like. So yeah, I still maybe foolishly still hold out for Keita. People do the same thing for Ox, but I think there's different levels of footballers there. I think Keita is like world class, whereas Ox is so. He's decent on his day, but it's time to go. Get a few quid from him and move on.
I think we're all football romantics at heart, and we'd all love to see Naby Keita do well. I think, again, though, my worry would be, let's say he does go and have a barnstormer end of the season. He's got 1 year left then, and the incentive to get him to sign a new deal, if the club wanted to give it to him, I feel like we'd end up overpaying.
Perhaps. No, that's true. I get that, but I don't know. It's a weird one with him. I don't know. I there is a case of being
really
romantic, but there's
tough decisions, aren't they?
It's tough. It's tough. Like No, it is very tough. But I feel like we can afford to keep most of them. You know what I mean? Like, it's not like our wage bill isn't astronomical as it is. We're going to be taking a big wedge off with Milner.
Apparently it is. Apparently it's like the second highest or something in the league.
Oh, really?
Hey, apparently it's second highest in the league, fifth in Europe, something like that, if my memory is correct.
Well, Milner's on what, 150, isn't he? Something mad.
Yeah, somewhere around 140, I think, something like that.
Yeah, and that one he was signed in a Bosman, so he just is allowed a few more quid. But that's going to be a big chunk taken off. Diaz isn't coming in for mad money, so there'll be a bit of tinkering. But I feel like we'll be all right. There's no mad rush to sell Keita for me. But Ox is one where I think you do sell now. He's had a bit of a resurgence. Recoup some of that 40 million, because you're not going to get anywhere near the 40 million, but recoup like half of it maybe.
So how would you feel then if Keita ran down his contract and left in 17 months free?
It would be bad, because we've taken a 54 million loss on him or something like that. But that's why, like, I would love to see him extend his deal. Not upgrade his deal, but extend on the current terms. I wouldn't mind, just to for the sake of his market value, because there will still be a lot of clubs that will take a punt on him. He's still a great player, and if it doesn't work out, he doesn't prove to be our main man, then because he signed an extra few years, we'll get a few more quid from him. But I'd be willing to give him a new deal, maybe 2 or 3 years extra, but not on an increased wage, because that'd be foolish.
I have this bad feeling at the back of my mind that he ends up signing for Barcelona on a free.
Yeah, well, he wouldn't be the first Keita to play for them. I think they had one back in 2008, randomly enough. Yeah, he could do. But again, if he's given us good service up to that point, I'd let him go. It's fine. Like, we've already lost most of the money we've paid from. Like, we're not going to get a lot of that back because of his injury record. So I think we've already taken the L on the fee and stuff. So we can just squeeze the life out of him and keep him fit and get him performing on a consistent basis. We're laughing.
So let me run this then. Let me run this past you. I'm going to convince you that it's worth selling him by the end of this conversation. In the summertime, he's got 1 year left. What if we could get 25, 30 million from him and put that towards... Look, Bellingham's a separate thing, but we need another midfielder. So a Bissouma, a Tielemans, somebody who is Premier League proven, could come in at a reasonable transfer fee, fill that spot, or the Genie spot, let's say, even the Genie Wijnaldum spot in the squad, and still leave space for Bellingham.
If it was a case of you had to get one of them in, then yeah, okay. But I feel like we can hold him. We can keep, like, he's not going to command a mad transfer fee anyway. Like, because you can bring in a Yves Bissouma, but Keita is a better player than Yves Bissouma. You know what I mean? It's purely dependent on his injuries, and that's the problem with him. We all know how good he is on his day. It's just a case if he can stay fit. And I just feel like, come on, at some point, surely you're going to start staying fit. Surely you're not going to keep turning into paper mache,
Yeah, it's a tough one. And there isn't really a winner to this conversation either side, because ultimately we all feel the same way. His ability is unquestionable. His fitness is certainly questionable. And the contract situation just makes it an even bigger clusterfuck. So, yeah, I mean, I hear all sides of this one. But let's move back to the positive side of this. So, Luis Diaz coming into Liverpool. We have some great young talent coming through as well. Very quickly, Paddy, this situation could be rescued by the football club, and that rebuild in the summer now doesn't look as daunting. And look, again, I want to give credit to them, because they didn't want to do it this summer. We'd all thought there was no move happening for Liverpool this January window, but Spurs forced their hand, and they didn't force a hand and we backed away. They stood up and they got the deal done, and I love that, and they deserve credit for that.
Yeah, no, yeah, I seen a meme. I don't know if you've seen the show Power.
Yeah. I've seen bits of it.
Yeah, but there's a meme where the dad in it wakes his son up and points a pistol at his head, and it's like Jurgen Klopp to John W. Henry when he heard Tottenham was making a move for Luis Diaz, like, wake the fuck up, get this job done. That's probably a case of what it was. Klopp was like, under no fucking circumstance are you going to lose this man. We need to sign him, okay, for sure. But yeah, I'm just buzzing about it. Thank you, Tottenham, for forcing our hand. It's just great as well, because now we get 6 months to bed in. And, if he doesn't hit the ground straight away, that's fine. But now he should be fully bedded in then for the start of the next season. It's just, c'est magnifique. But I keep going back to it. We are in the realms of a possible historic season for this club. This could be the first time in Klopp's tenure at Liverpool that he can win more than one major trophy in a season. Now, I know people will say Club World Cup and the other one. What was the other one? Super Cup. But like, let's be real. As much as we like to boil piss with them, they're not really the major trophies. Like, So
They're
we
also
can be the
byproducts of the Champions League. If you don't win that, you don't get to compete for
yeah,
the
well, of
next.
course, no, they're important, but this could be the first time we win 2 genuine trophies in one season under Klopp, and it could be the first time we win multiple trophies since 2001. Am I right in saying that?
The treble, yeah, under
That
Julian.
was the last time we won more than one trophy, and so you know what I mean. Like because that's what the Carabao Cup lets you do. You get one in early doors, and then you can go as normal for the big boys. You know, it's a really the difference the signing makes. No, we were already happy anyway with how we were going, but my God, this signing just has really tickled my balls.
Yeah, it has. I mean, it didn't even have to spit in the fingers or anything. Like the lube was already there, you know.
Absolutely, absolutely.
I don't know what that noise was. Just to go back to something you said, Paddy, which is one of the things that made me happiest as well, and it's a very valid point. He'll be fully bedded in for next season. I can't ram that home enough because we know it takes time to get up to speed. Even if you are a fit, determined individual, Klopp likes to make sure that the technical aspect, that the tactical aspect of everything is tickety-boo. And there can't be a downside to this. Just introduce him gradually over the next 6 months and then bang, pre-season, wrestle the title away from Manchester City, lay down a marker. I love it.
Absolutely, and it's a case like, we've seen a lot of times in the Klopp era that signings have taken a time to settle in. Robertson, Fabinho didn't come straight in. Jota even to a degree. So coming in with 6 months 6 months early, if you will, it's just perfect. And don't get me wrong, I think he can come in and be a massive player for this season, and I think he will. And so he's going to help us close that gap on Manchester City, and he's going to help us win our 20th Premier League title. And then next year he's going to lead us to 21, and we'll get ahead of the Manx, and it's going to be a beautiful fucking May day.
And we'll beat them 6-0 at their gaff next season.
Oh, God. Oh, this is feeling good.
You know what we can't allow to happen, though? So we can't allow a situation where we move on Mane and we're left with Minamino. This is the chance to get it right in my eyes, to get the 5. And look, this is nothing against Minamino, but with all due respect, Paddy, he ain't up there with the rest of the lads. So if we could get that 5, Mane, Firmino, Salah, Jota, Luis Diaz, boxed off, backups as Cade Gordon and Muzilovsky coming through in the future, there is no complaints. This has to be the way forward, surely, the common sense way forward.
Yeah, absolutely. It doesn't have to be a case of, we've signed him so we can get rid of one of our big boys. No, we can keep them all at once, have such a plethora of world-class options for once, and not have such a massive drop-off to the bench, because that will count for a lot. So it's really exciting. It's just, I just can't thank Tottenham Hotspur enough to force our hand and allowing us this extra 6 months of a beautiful Colombian man. I'm actually excited to watch a Colombia match. I can't wait to go and watch this game now, which we'll be watching live on Twitch, Anfield Agenda. Boom. Well, not me.
I went out to my back garden, Paddy, when I heard that the deal was going. I stood up on the wall, and I swear I could hear Antonio Conte screaming at Daniel Levy from my back garden.
Yeah, absolutely. And they've lost Adama Traore as well. They're not getting anyone. I think they're like, we have a big shiny stadium. What?
They've done themselves a favour there.
Yeah, well, to be fair, no, but it's funny because, we have a big shiny stadium. Yeah, but you're still Tottenham and shit. You know what I mean? You're only going to sign mediocre players, yeah? You're in your way for Europa Conference League. You're not even in that. So, you're not that guy, Tottenham. You're not that guy. Let the big boys get the big boys. All right?
Shiny Stadium, even, the big, huge, massive event they had, that it was AJ, and they even rubbed off on him and he lost.
Yeah, absolutely. Very Spursy. Spurs are just bottled to the core. Now, I do think they have a good man there with Conte, but if you can't sign his players, they're fucked.
Yeah, I want to answer this one real quick. See, I've not read anything to say we're interested in Yuri Tielemans. It's just something that's been in my own head, known as contract situation, that he could be got for a knockdown fee. And usually I would avoid Leicester like the plague because they're good at negotiating, basically. Because they usually, they fleece United of 80 million quid for Harry Maguire. And I don't know if a football club will ever pull off, well, no, we got 142 million for Coutinho. So, but Coutinho was a good player, whereas Maguire is bang average, Paddy. And did I mention that he's the world's most expensive defender?
No, I don't think so. Is that true? No, I never heard that before. World's most expensive defender? No, interesting. That's embarrassing, isn't it?
Yeah, if it is, it's
extremely embarrassing. That was he literally paid for Leicester's brand new training complex. It's fucking hilarious.
And Soyuncu. I think the training complex was 50 million, if I remember correctly. So
unbelievable.
Yes, I do think
But
June is still on, but I've never said the summer. I've always been honest and say I don't know when the Jude Bellingham thing will happen, but I believe it will be his next move after Dortmund. That's all I've ever gone on record as saying. But yeah, let's just take a minute here to just bask in the glow, Paddy. We need to take these moments to just mindfulness, breathe it all in, accept the fact that one, we've got a great transfer over the line, but more importantly, as if Spurs fans needed more of a kicking when they were down, we've issued one.
I mean, I feel you almost feel bad bantering Spurs. They're such a banter club that are so irrelevant. It hurts. And just again, thank you, Tottenham Hotspur. Thank you for forcing Liverpool's hand. We appreciate you. And thank you for the Champions League in 2019. And thank you for being shit.
And thank you for potentially another Champions League this season, Paddy, with Luis Diaz in the squad. Those 2 games against Inter Milan now look a little bit easier.
Absolutely, yeah. Daniel Levy must be an undercover Liverpool fan. Could be helping us to our second Champions League Spurs. So, Jesus, thanks very much, lads. Appreciate it. I hope the 2-2 Premier League trophy you won there was great. Sorry.
Say again? No, go again.
No, I was saying they celebrated that draw against us if they won the league. So I hope that goes a long way for your Luis Diaz and the amateur raises.
And to see as well that Kane's going to fuck off probably in the summer as well. The fume will only intensify, Paddy. They'll be begging Leighton Orient to come and share that stadium with them by the end of the season.
Oh, absolutely. I'm just loving it. It's great. Oh, brilliant.
Up the piss boiling Reds.
Up the piss boiling Reds. No, but not with weird videos made about it.
Oh, yeah, pissed into a kettle. That was a bit odd, wasn't it?
It was strange behaviour.
That's the type of thing you do when you're drunk and you don't let the world know about it. We've all pissed in a wardrobe.
Fact, yeah. Oh, absolutely. That's a special, yeah.
I pissed at me mate being in his kitchen when I was locked one night, but I woke up with no eyebrows, so fair is fair.
If you haven't pissed yourself drunk, you've never really been drunk, have you? So,
welcome to Irish 101, ladies. Welcome to being Irish 101.
That's it. It's a rite of passage to piss yourself.
It is. I'm going to leg it over for Luis Diaz Watch now over on Twitch. So make sure you come over, check out the Anfield Agenda account, give us a follow, give Mr. Paddy Murphy a follow as well, by all means. But yeah, I've gone straight over there now for a watch along at the Columbia game. So if you want to come and join me, link is in the description. I'll be straight over there now. Thank you to Paddy for coming on. And I was going to say celebrating, but I want to say gloating, Paddy. Gloating with me.
Gloating. The celebrations are going to be in February and then 3 times in May. Great success. Quadruple, baby.
Thank you very much, Paddy. Thank you to you guys. Appreciate your support as always. Don't forget, drop a like on the video, hit that subscribe button, and get over to TikTok. Give Anfield Agenda a follow. Give Mr. Paddy Murphy a follow. And then, of course, go over to Instagram. Same thing. And we'll lash in the LFC transfer room, lads, as well. Chris, typical, mate. You know what I mean? The one day we signed somebody and Chris is out on the beer.
Disgraceful carry on from Chris.
He's out. He's probably drowning his sorrows now, known as probably the death knell for Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain's time with the club.
Yeah, there you go. And I'm delighted. I can't wait till we sell him. I'm going to come to you, Chris. You're going to hear from me.
Some lad at the bar now is getting his ear bent going, he's fucking great, Oxlade-Chamberlain. He's up there. He's right up there with Diaz. I don't see why they don't.
He's on his payroll. Ox pays him for PR, I'm telling you. That's the only reason.
Right, I'm really going to go this time. See you on Twitch in a couple of minutes. Thank you, Paddy. Thank you.
Take care.
Bye-bye.
Have a good one.